Tonight, Virginia Beach City Council will appoint new members to the investigation review panel.
A panel that hasn't met in 7 years due to incompetence that has led to forced retirements and in the Human Resources Department. 10 on your side's Andy Fox has been investigating this. He's live in the newsroom now. Andy?
Tom and Alvita, what's amazing, the two people directly involved with this hiding of citizen complaints could not explain to investigators why they did this. Maybe because there is no explanation for it at all. In the exit interview, did they ever say why?
We never really got clarification as to how it happened.
Regina Hilliard cannot explain why these 67 complaints, mostly against police, were kept secret from the investigation review panel that was supposed to investigate them.
We're very concerned because we've let our citizens down at this point.
I'm not sure if it was incompetent, but it definitely fell into a black hole.
A deep black hole, says Auditor Lyndon Ramirez, who uncovered the incompetence. A staffer who was supposed to coordinate the complaints, and a manager who supervised both knew about the complaints and buried them in boxes far away from other eyes.
2 employees, they got caught up, they got behind, and for some reason they felt they couldn't dig themselves out of it and just were hoping it would go away.
The panel had no idea what was going on because members only meet when there are complaints. For all they knew, there weren't any complaints. Was there a feeling that it wasn't important enough to meet, even though you had these complaints?
I really can't explain that. I can't explain why no action was taken.
Hilliard feels some responsibility for all these complaints, once in a box, now in a file cabinet, ready to be heard.
Anything that happens in the department is ultimately my responsibility, but I have to rely on my senior managers in the department to manage their functions.
They didn't think it was important, they were too busy, there could have been a variety of reasons, but the bottom line is the city manager stated there's really no excuse.
Virginia Beach City Councilman Bill DeSteff blames, in part, City Manager Jim Spoor as creating this culture that allows this thing to happen.
It's a culture of lack of accountability, lack of responsibility, and it's systemic, and the head of that is poor leadership at the top. And if it wasn't for poor leadership, you wouldn't have those other issues.
Now, there have been some changes because of all this. Here's the biggest change caused by this serious snafu. The database for the complaints will now be shared by police, human resources, the city attorney, and the city auditor. More eyes on the complaints. In the newsroom, Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
And tonight, Council will choose the new members of the investigation review panel. Councilman DeSteff will also raise concerns about the leadership of City Manager Jim Spoor.